There's no sound from you all.
Sorry, Supervisor Hewitt.
Say it again.
Okay.
Okay.
We're at line number 6, discussion and recommendation on developing a staffing plan and budget for fiscal year 24-25. So that's Commissioner Young.
Did you have any time in preparation of the fiscal year? We had a meeting on Thursday night, right? And it was to approve the tentative budget for the amended budget in the fiscal year 25. Did you have any involvement in preparing those? No. I thought, at least my understanding was that you were actively involved in that before we started this process. So I'm confused as to why you haven't looked at it till now. You haven't looked at it till now, I assume.
It's probably a supervisor question.
Right? Maybe, well, these can tell us whether, and it wasn't posted appropriately, and also the fiscal year 25, I looked at the fiscal year 24. Fiscal year 25 doesn't fit. I don't know. So I think, one, I would have anticipated his involvement much before today. And it's your budget.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how you could approve a budget. I don't even think you had it.
No, we didn't.
It wasn't there.
No, we didn't have it.
And it was altered.
so I'll speak as well, because I wanted to be more involved in the budget preparation as well, similar to last. What we were waiting for was actuals for the current fiscal year. And those numbers weren't available until last Wednesday morning. So
What wasn't there?
actuals for so we wanted to figure out where the actuals were that were going to impact amending the current fiscal year budget, as well as using as the baseline for the future budget, for next year's budget. Those numbers weren't available until last Wednesday morning, last Wednesday afternoon. So supervisor took the lead, all responsibility for developing the documents that exist. And that has to change when we want to come. It will change before we get together next Monday night. So
The actuals would have been done when they put in the thing. They put them in Friday. Week before, Friday before the.
yeah, but there were the direction I was given was that there was a requirement for reclassifications based on items that hadn't been properly classified, which may have affected some of the numbers.
Oh,
And those weren't completed until last Wednesday morning.
so there's reclassifications now.
Up until,
Just that.
that's my understanding, up
Okay.
until last, and I understand your point. I also checked with Lauterbach and Almond. They did not see the final budget documents either that we were presented with. So we need to change that process before next Monday night, and we're making steps to make that happen.
So Jim will be taking the lead on the budget, correct? So I know we have something in writing that Supervisor Hewitt, you prepare that all by yourself?
They were very much involved with it because they came up with a number of the numbers. I didn't come up with a number of those numbers. There was discussions involving Lauterbach and Kelly, Jim, myself. It was on Wednesday morning that we were discussing the numbers of what things needed to be amended to. And there was a number of pieces that, yes, I was the only one that had the background with the vendors to reclassify a number of pieces. They've been giving editing powers to change the documents to whatever that they wish to be changed to. So that's, again, in their wheelhouse to do. That's great. And they were all posted. The piece that was changed was in the meeting, we discussed that there was a newsletter item that was missing, and that was changed. So that newsletter item was added to it when we realized that it was missing.
I do. So the budget that we're now seeing now that you posted on Saturday, that we received on Saturday, We didn't have a chance to look through that at all yet, but we will on Monday. However, or whenever the next meeting is. However, you should really please take that out of the board packet because it wasn't part of our board meeting. So it really shouldn't be in the board packet. So that you did with whatever knowledge that you had. But now I really believe that it needs to transfer over to Jim. I would call it Administrator Jim. I don't want to disrespect, but without putting the title. But I think we would like Jim to be in the lead of it.
Of course, of course. And again, you all didn't give me a chance to go through the numbers of the 24, 25. It just was pushed through. So if you all would have wanted to, that would have seen it, and it would have been printed out.
One more time, you did not present it. We just spoke about the amended budget. We had nothing in front of us till Saturday. That's when the first time anybody has
Yes,
seen.
that's correct.
That you posted it on the door. So
That's correct.
You know what? I don't want to fight with you, but I don't want that inaccuracy to just be floating there.
Again, it was not printed. It was not, you all went through it so fast and you all made a motion to approve 3 line items without even, because you all were not willing to hear any more details. So you all are now listening to the details. And again, it's been handed off to Jim, and that's fine.
One more time to clear up what the inaccuracies of what you're saying is we did not go through it because we did not have it. The only thing that we had in front of us was the amended budget that you changed for the couple times between 4:30 and 6:30. So please don't say that we wouldn't go through it. We didn't have it. I will stop. That's my last.
That's correct. I would like to agree with Clerk Polowitz that is exactly what happened.
Again, it was printed. You all just didn't have it and you went through it fast. And so that's how it went.
It can't be printed. It can't be both ways. It was printed, but we didn't have it. That's not accurate. And I would like the other trustees to agree with that so that for the record and for the meeting minutes, the accuracy of what happened is documented.
We all agree? And go ahead, Jim, you're trying to say something?
Well, with the budget, my expectation as far as my role was to start with a baseline, to then review and ask questions about and pick apart along with Lauterbach and Amen. And that baseline had to come from Diane. I don't know the numbers well enough, and the functions well enough here to start with a number. Okay. And as we said, some of those numbers, we were relying on the reclassification. So the one meeting Diane referred to is correct. She and I sat down with Lauterbach and Amen, so Kelly and Jacob, but we were waiting on that reclassification. So we finally said, let's sit down and go through this one by one and make sure we get all the reclassifications that Lauterbach and Amen needed. Now, during that conversation, Kelly was updating some of the numbers live, so to speak, based on, the adjustments. So like, what is the projection for IMRF for the remainder of this fiscal year? What is projections for some of the other things based on the reclassification? She was doing those on the fly. So that was some of the base numbers that needed to be done. And then Diane took it from there and filled everything in. But, the other changes that were made, I was waiting for those to get done so that's the baseline from which to start with and take forward.
Right.
I think we might be talking at cross purposes. I think the supervisor was saying that she presented the amended 23-24 budget and we discussed some of those budget lines. I will agree that did happen. I think you're all saying, but there was no 24-25
Right.
of any form.
Right.
I will agree with that as well. So
Okay.
that's mine. Yeah, thank you. All right, so
Go through any of those details. You didn't even want to finish the 24-25. So that's what happened.
When did you post the budgets? Diane?
They were posted on the building Saturday.
I posted on the building on Friday at 4:30. I posted, the only one I had was the amended budget. I posted it on the 4711 building and the 2121 building. I did not have, and I told you a couple times, I did not have, and no one had, the 24-25 budget, so I was not able to post it.
When did you post the 24-25, Diane?
They were all posted on Saturday. There's a
What's that?
video of me going into the building and posting them on Saturday.
But not outside.
They weren't this morning.
They have, Jim and I met at 8:05 this morning. They were posted on Saturday. There's a video that Jim can review of me coming in on Saturday posting them. They were posted online on Friday evening.
Inside.
I think we are discussion, we've cut,
Done?
that's it. Yeah, number 7, approval of the January 9th, 2024 employee personnel meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 9th, 2024 Employment Personnel Committee meeting minutes.
I will second.
Thank you.
Oh, and one last thing. Did I say the fiscal year 25 budget doesn't fit?
You
did say that.
I'll look at that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Roll call vote for approval of the minutes. Trustee McGovern,
Yes.
trustee Page,
Yes,
trustee Robinson, yes. Supervisor Hewitt,
Yes,
trustee Geist.
Yes, and may I just add that when we have a Zoom link published on the site, we should keep that first Zoom live and just mute it while we create a second Zoom for the executive session, only because someone who's coming in late is now not having access to the Zoom.
Good point.
I didn't
Thank you.
expect an executive session. I couldn't have, if I knew there was an executive session, I would have sent a Zoom link for the executive session.
motion to adjourn?
Yes. I will make a motion to adjourn today's special meeting for personnel.
Second,
That wasn't said, but okay.
I beat you, sorry, beat you to it. Next time. Roll call vote, or anyone, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.